Hey everybody, Chris Reagan here. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, it has. But we'll get to that later. First, I want to talk about this this wonderful piece by Colin Campbell at Polygon. Now, I know you've already seen this. I know you've heard all there is to say about it. It's remarkably pretentious. It's pompous beyond belief, and it's a slap in the face to anybody who actually likes video games. But all of that said, in reading this article, I kind of want to make a point that I haven't really seen made yet, or at least a point that I haven't seen made all that often. But before that point is made, let's just read through the article and briefly interject whenever we reach something that needs to be pointed out. A few of my more effervescent, more gregarious, more alive colleagues in games journalism are on stage rocking out to the Killers. I like how it's in quotations, too. Oh, God. We are on a rooftop of a pricey hotel in Santa Monica at a press event organized by Rock Band 4's developer and publisher Harmonix. I'm standing at a safe distance, drinking fizzy water, eating puff pastry canapes, and chatting to another colleague about politics in the Philippines. I'm having an okay time. I'm supposed to be focusing my attention on Rock Band 4, but there's more chance of Ferdinand Marcos leaping onto that stage than there is of me mounting the boards, swinging a guitar strap around my neck and yelling, "Woo." I don't care about rock music. I dislike crowds. I dislike loud noises. I don't do public performances, excepting Toastmasters, which I enjoy from time to time, along with half a dozen accountants, school teachers, and self-improvement nutters. Wow, that was really good timing. I ask you, reader of Polygon, someone who clicked on this article because they wanted to learn more about Rock Band 4. After reading through the first quarter of this article, what have you learned so far? What new information have you gleaned about this video game that you are interested in? The answer is literally nothing. All you know is that the person in charge of giving you that information, the person who is paid to, quote, sit in pricey hotels in Santa Monica, can't be bothered to play the fucking game. He's above it. He'd much rather chat about politics in the Philippines. Because, if you're not talking about politics in the Philippines, you're probably just some uncultured neckbeard gamer. The guy doesn't even care about rock music, so on top of all of that, it seems like he also doesn't have a soul. I actually want to come back to this introductory paragraph later to make my final point, so let's just keep going. Let's see if we get any more information about Rock Band 4 in the next quarter of the article. Look, sometimes in this job, you gotta cover games you don't really give a stuff about. I played some Guitar Hero 10 years ago, and I thought it was kinda stupid. This is not because Rockstar Sims are stupid, it's a perfectly valid fantasy. It's just not my fantasy. But I can tell from the people on stage, the fact that they're having fun and coming back for more, that Rock Band 4 has something to offer people who get together and enjoy each other, and music and the whole rock and roll ethos. I'm jealous of their ability to enjoy this product. If my grandmother, who does enjoy a good party, were here on this windswept hotel roof, instead of sitting in an old people's home in Manchester watching Britain's Got Talent, she'd be up on stage, singing, yelling into the mic, mocking me for being a boring old fart. Some of the journos on stage are as old as I am, and frankly no more rock starish than a bag of spuds. This is a game for everybody. Except me. What a wealth of interesting information. We're 50% done with the article. And what do we know about Rock Band 4? It has something to offer people. Not just people, though. People who get together and enjoy each other and music and the whole rock and roll ethos. Guess what, guys? If you like other people, music, and fucking rock music, Rock Band 4 has something to offer you. Sure is a good thing this guy was paid to go to this event, otherwise we would have never been able to infer such a subtle detail. This paragraph is not only failing to inform us on the only thing we're here to see, it's succeeding in informing us on something we don't give a shit about. Colin, why, after reading half of an article about Rock Band 4, do I know more about your personal tastes and your grandmother than I do about the subject of the article? What's funny here is that he talks himself down. He's using self-deprecating humor. Something that I often use. But This just comes across as smug and pompous. I'm jealous of their ability to enjoy this product. Oh, I'm such a boring old fart. What he's really saying is he's too smart to enjoy silly plastic guitars. He's too highly educated to be fun. It's just... Oh, it's so pompous. But you already know that though, so let's just move on to the final half of the article. Maybe we'll learn something about the game this time. All video games are stupid, of course. That whole thing of you're not really shooting terrorists or winning the World Cup, you're just pressing buttons is patronizing and simplistic, but every now and again you come across a game that has so little emotional connection to who you are that you just end up standing there, gazing at the screen, saying, I'm just pressing buttons and my life has no meaning, to a slightly bemused PR person. Music games are often about pressing buttons according to visual cues, which is probably why the whole genre collapsed a few years ago. That and the ferocious greed of Activision, which insisted on publishing way too many of these games. But Rock Band 4 is also not just about pressing buttons. Various instruments, including vocals, have been given carte blanche to express themselves in ways that are individual to the player and be rewarded for their personal skill. It's not just about sticking to the colors and the lines, it's about adding your own flavor to the song through drum riffs and vocal meanderings. I'm not entirely dislocated from the appeal of this feature. There was a time when half a bottle of gin and a copy of Lips on Xbox 360 basically turned me into Boy George. I can do a gorgeous Do You Really Want to Hurt Me, assuming there's no one else in the house. Okay, finally we got something. Kind of. We now know that Rock Band 4 has some kind of system in place that allows you to personalize songs with your own flavor. Now, what is this system? How does this system work? Your guess is as good as mine, because I have no idea. The article never goes into any even remote detail about it. That's it, that's all the information. Now, everybody seems to be attacking the all video games are stupid line. Now, that line is poorly written and, of course, still smug, but what bugs me more is everything around it. Again, I know more about Colin Campbell at this point than I do about Rock Band. Now, the final quarter of this article is where most of the information is presented. We now know, at this point in the article, at the very last bit of it, we know there's no keyboard, old controllers work, there are RPGous elements, although we don't know what the hell that means. Crowds request new songs, you get the idea. You can read the rest in the link below, or better yet, let Total Biscuit read the rest to you, or the whole thing, because it's honestly one of the most entertaining things I've ever seen. Ever heard, I should say. But even then, even when we get to the relevant information, it's still framed through this lens of somebody who doesn't give a damn about what he's writing about. All video games are stupid. Oh, I'd rather chat about the Philippines. Oh, there's better chance of Ferdinand Marcos playing the game than me. I don't like rock music. Imagine for a brief moment you get paid to write about video games. This is your job. This is your salary. This puts food on the table. This is your career. You are invited to a pricey hotel with great food to get an inside look at a highly anticipated game that isn't out yet, that is still in development, that only you and a handful of other people get to see. Would you be off to the side, avoiding it, chatting about irrelevant politics? Would you be so smug as to just say, this is beneath me? You'd probably be playing the damn game, thankful for the fact that this is your job. To sip fizzy water, eating puff pastries, and playing unreleased games in pricey hotels. That job sounds incredible. I mean, hell, I can think of 5 people I know personally, right off the bat, who are more qualified to write about video games, hell, even writing about Rock Band, than this person is. I enjoy Rock Band. As you probably already know, I adore rock music. I scored a perfect score on the English language portion of my SATs. I'm a great writer. I can write really well. Like, where the hell's my invitation to E3? Where's my paycheck? Where's my pricey hotel invitation? I don't have those things. And a lot of people who deserve those things don't have those things. But of course, Colin Campbell here, well qualified. Really just a great choice for this piece. Great choice for this job. The problem here isn't even the article. It's the fact that for Polygon this is normal. You can write an article about how a popular game doesn't appeal to you. That's fine. I've written a few pieces about why The Last of Us didn't appeal to me, but I never acted smug about it. I never just stomped on the game and said, this is beneath me, oh, I'm too smart to enjoy this. I never framed it in a way that I was above the game. I never acted like I was disinterested. And the most important thing, I wasn't paid to see and play the game at a Santa Monica hotel with the purpose of covering the game. The point that I want to make here is we have people whose jobs it is. It's their job to just sit and write about video games. This is a job that the majority of us, if we're really into games, already kind of do for free. This is a job that is literally one of the least intensive jobs I can think of. I can't think of a job that requires less physical strain. So to just sit there and say, you know what, I'll just write an article about how I didn't play it and how I didn't care about it, and you know what, I'll just get paid for that because that's just how my job, that's just how Polygon runs. Don't you think that you should be getting information from people who care about the things that you care about? Don't you think that people writing about video games should be happy that they're writing about video games? Don't you think that they should at least be thankful that they're in that position? I mean, I get it, right? I get it. You're a game journalist. I'm sure E3 is not as exciting for people who go there every year as it is for me. People get jaded, and I understand that. But I don't care. I'm not here to read about how jaded you are. I'm here to read about a game that I'm interested in. And if 80% of the article is just you talking about how you don't give a shit about the thing that I'm here to read about, how is that a good thing? You know, like, I don't know. It's just, this article really bugged me. And it's not the most important thing going on right now. I totally get that. I should have picked a bit more of an important topic to come back on, but I read this article and it really rubbed me the wrong way. Not because I felt insulted by it or I was offended by it, but like, dude, I know so many people who would love to be in that position, and this guy is just saying fuck it, and it's just like, wow. I can't believe I'm using this word because I really don't like using it, but I think it actually applies here. This is one of the most privileged articles that I've ever read. Just the fact that somebody who gets paid to just sit, play video games, and write about them feels like, I'm not interested. I'll just do something else. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's address the elephant in the room. Hey everybody, I'm not dead. And I'm gonna be making videos more regularly now. I was doing a bunch of stuff for the last couple weeks, so I couldn't really devote the same amount of time, but I should be able to be back in full force pretty soon. There's a lot of videos that I want to talk about. There's a lot of articles that I want to tear apart. But I figured this was a good one because I'm rusty, and it was just a good way to get back into the swing of things. So, yeah, more videos should be coming soon. And with that out of the way, yeah, I guess that's the end of it. I'll see you guys next time.